Okay, welcome back. Now we are going to start the second phase of this journey, and that is off-page SEO. This is a very important aspect of SEO, and it is not a one-off, it is a complete journey. Okay. Before I talk about this concept, let's understand a basic philosophy. Okay, this is called the philosophy of strength or the betterment. As you can see, the people are running, or maybe it is a race. Okay, consider this is a race. Okay. Now, a person A is clearly winning this race because he is in front of everybody and he is doing great. Now, in this race, I happen to be at the last. Okay. So, for me to be a number one, I have to beat all of these people, or in other words, I have to be better than all these people, and I should have more strength to be at the point A, and then I have to be better than the person A in order to win. Okay, having just enough strength is not enough. Okay, now let's use the same analogy for website ranking. In search engine, when people search for a particular keyword, the list of websites appears. A website that is on number one position is clearly have more strength or good content. So if I want to be on number one position in search results, I have to be better than the first website, or my content needs to be excellent. Okay, so this is a half part of the philosophy. So if I want to be a number one on the Google search result, I must have excellent content. Okay, so that is a half part. Now let's go for the second part of this philosophy, and this is philosophy of endorsement. Now in election, how we decide the electoral candidate has won the election. The person who happens to receive most of the votes wins the election. Okay? Or in other words, a person who happens to receive more following or endorsement wins the election. The same analogy we can use for the website. A website that is appearing on the number one position in search results will have most of the following. A website that will be on the second ranking position will have less following, so on and so forth. Okay? So if we want to be on a number one position for a certain keyword, we must have a strong following. Means we must have a following from other websites as endorsement. And that will tell Google that people have confidence, or the website have confidence in your website. This is also called backlinking. Okay? The good quality websites, they will be passing you the link juice through your web link, and this is how you receive endorsement. Okay, so that is the second part. The first part was you must have good content or excellent content. The second part, you must have good following. Okay, now let's combine this both. Now if you want to be number one on Google search results, first you must have excellent content. Secondly, you must have a good following. Okay, remember this simple rule. Honey always attracts bees. If your contents are excellent, you are using diversity in contents like images, videos, infographics, slides, documents, etc., etc., and surely giving value, other websites will surely connect to your website, which means they will pass lectures. And the more websites will connect to you, again the relevant websites, you will receive something called authority, and Google will give you reward for this. And the reward of the Google is pretty much, it will push your website on a number one position in the search results for particular keywords. Okay. So this is just a basic philosophy behind off-page SEO. Backlinking, people will always come to you, and if not, there are other strategies you can use to get backlinks. Okay, and those are my secret weapons, which I will be discussing with you in coming slides. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, now let's have a look into Google recommendations for off-page SEO. Okay, Google recommends to build high quality content when you produce your page or both. Quality contents always naturally attract other users for linking to your website. Contents are the king at the end of the day. Okay, so Google recommends concentrate on your content's quality. The second way, always consider relevance. Don't buy spammy linking negatively affect your website and you will most likely to get punishment from Google Penguin. In worst case scenario, Google can de-index your website. All those spammy techniques that we discussed in Google Webmaster Guidelines, basically we should not buy spammy links. There are softwares available in the market which can blast hundreds and thousands of links or 100,000 links in a few seconds. Scrapebox is one of them, GSA is another one. And guys, that looks fascinating that you are receiving a lot of backlinks so quickly, but believe me, those all websites will get punished because it's so easy. The algorithms are so efficient nowadays. They can detect whether the link is coming naturally or it's a bot link. Okay, so SEO is a long-term game. Never buy the spammy linking schemes which people are selling. Okay, so when creating backlinks, always use mixed approach. This means use of keyword as anchor text or simply the root domain link. Now let me share with you a couple of examples for this. On the right hand side you can see the first link is your root domain link, okay, where a text your site is basically just linking to your root domain. The second example is where a person is linking to your article and he is using your article keyword as an anchor text, and in href tag is using your article web address. So it's not a domain address, it's an article web address. Okay. The second one is an anchor text link. So always go for a mixed approach. Naturally, you will receive a lot of links that will be coming to your root domain when you will be doing directory submission, local SEO, etc. But the second approach is when you will be writing quality content, that people will try to link to those articles, and that's where they will use your article as a backlink with possibly anchor text, or you can influence this once the link has been established. Last but not least, do not overly use your keywords. What people do when they buy backlinks, they most of the time go for the keyword-rich anchor text. The second example I shared. Okay, that looks spammy. Looks, obviously you're trying to rank for certain keywords. Always go for mixed approach. Certain links that pointing to your root domain and certain links pointing to your keyword-rich article. And again, I cannot stress enough, do not participate in link building schemes like link farming or link exchange. Okay, so these are activities now easy to identify through the efficient algorithms which Google are running. Okay, this is what pretty much Google recommends when it comes to off-page SEO. Now here is a $1 million question. There are billions of websites. How you will get to know which website is related to your particular niche, and how you are going to get the backlink, and how Google help us to do this. Answer to this is Google has given us the indirect way, okay, and so we need to learn it. Okay, now I'm going to share with you the skill that will help you a lot in the long run, and I'm sure some of these techniques you might not have used it before. I'm talking about the advanced Google search queries. Okay, now let's start our journey. Okay, now let's start the fun part. Okay, the very first query we are going to look into is file type. Now we want to search only PDF files on Google, and this is how our query will look like. Now the scenario is because we are trying to build a backlink, we're thinking about, okay, there must be somebody who have written about the directory submission, and let's see if we can pull any PDF file for that. Okay, so I will write inverted commas, directory submissions website, okay, and then space, and then file type, all single one word, colon, PDF. Okay, now this query will find out all the PDF documents that contain directory submissions website. And let's see. Excellent. Now you can see PDF, PDF, PDF. Now Google is finding all the PDF documents that are related to directory submission. Okay, A to Z directory submission. 50 free press releases submission, interesting. 25 free press release submission, 1 of 48 directory submissions, secrets.com, SEO techniques for the business website, database system, journal, etc., etc. Okay, so you can see if I click on any of it, it will open a PDF document. Is this not amazing? Okay, now this is the very first query, that is file type. It will help you to find out only particular documents. It can be DOC as well. We are looking for Microsoft documents only. Okay, very powerful command, very, very powerful command. Now there is a website called Tumblr.com. This is a very famous blogging website, okay? And we are going to search for certain bloggers that are related to sports niche. How our query will look like. So we will write sports site .tumblr.com. So this is how our query structure will look like. There is no space between site and Tumblr, and we are using a dot after the colon. Let's hit enter. Now we are viewing all the web results that are coming out from Tumblr only, tumblr.com, tumblr.com, the same website, okay? But as you can see, there is a sports keyword either in the URL or in the description or within the page content, okay? Now can you see something? Let's say your particular niche is sports and you want to reach out to the famous bloggers on Tumblr, those who are writing in a similar niche and well established. We all know Tumblr is a very famous and high authority website, so receiving backlink from an authority website is always a good idea, okay? And the Tumblr passes the do-follow link, which is basically you will receive the link to us. So through this query, you can search all sports related bloggers on Tumblr, and you can write guest posts for them, or you can comment, or the rest of the strategy you can use to get the backlink. Another powerful query. Welcome back. Let's say we are doing a competitive analysis. We are checking our online competitors, okay? And we want to see from which websites they are receiving backlinks, okay? So this is how the query will look like. For example, we are saying we want to check links that are coming to Nissan.com, okay? So we will write link, Nissan.com. Now this query will give us the list of all the websites that are connecting to this website, okay, or that are having a link. That link is pointing to Nissan.com. Let's search. So here we have approximately 4 million results. There are approximately 4 million websites that are pointing towards Nissan.com website, okay. Now let's check. There is another blogger, GaryVaynerchuk.com, okay. Let's see from where this person is receiving backlinks. I press enter. Now it is showing me approximately 400,000 websites are pointing toward this particular website, including YouTube, okay, Wikipedia, Twitter, Vayner Media, Facebook, Instagram, Wine Library, and etc. Okay, so this command is very handy if you want to check the backlinks of any competitor website. Another good query. Okay, welcome back. Now here is a scenario. Let's say I'm into cars manufacturing industry, okay, and I want to see the similar businesses that are in the car manufacturing, okay, or related businesses. It will help to identify the competitors, okay. So this is how the query will look like. I want to search related websites. So the query would be related:Ford.com. So that is the car manufacturing website. If I press enter, we got Chevrolet.com, Honda.com, GM.com, Dodge.com, Chrysler, okay, GMC, Cadillac. So now we are finding related websites or the websites that are in a similar business to what Ford is at the moment, okay. So that's how we can identify the competitors as well. Or for the backlinking, we can identify similar websites that are related to our niche, okay. Okay, another example. We happen to only know Tumblr.com, which is a very famous blogging website. Let's say if we want to see, are there any more websites out there that are popular but relating to blogging business? Let's see. So we are looking for related websites. So Tumblr.com, press enter. Righto, we got WordPress.com, Flickr.com, Blogger.com, okay, WeHeartIt.com, and then we have Hub Pages, famous, Reddit, very famous. So yeah, this is how you can find related websites. All you require is you must know one website that are closely related to your discipline and famous, and you can use that to find the related websites again.